Christianity in Africa is dynamic. Diversity is paramount. Nearly 500 million of the 800 million people in Africa are Christian. They represent every sector of society and every social and political leaning. Some Christians in Africa are wealthy, many are poor. They are politically conservative and politically transformative, westernizing in cultural values and the greatest champions of African tradition. The Christian faith is a source of conflict and reconciliation. What God is doing in Africa cannot be over-exaggerated. He is on the move. The growth of the Christian faith is unprecedented. Christians have grown by 40 times over the last 100 years. They now make up 1/2 of the African population. Northern Africa is an exception to this rule. Persecution, immigration, and strict religious laws have led to a decrease in Christian adherence. This area remains solidly Islamic. In fact, Muslims have grown by 10 times over the past 100 years continent-wide. Evangelicals make up 18% of Africa's population. They have grown 15-fold in the past 50 years. There are more evangelicals in Africa than any other continent, and missionaries from Africa are being sent all over the world. African traditional religions have not disappeared, though their numbers have dropped by over 90%. Over 6 million people in Africa claim to be agnostic. Found especially in urban centers in certain countries like Zimbabwe and South Africa, agnostics have one of the fastest growth rates of any religion. Africa has the largest number of denominations of any continent, numbering nearly 15,000. Wherever you go, you'll find passionate African Christians. African worship is liturgically fluid, filled with spontaneity, lay participation, and liturgical song and dance. African Christian communities have become the new focal points for mutual social responsibility. These are replacing extended families, which are breaking down under the strains of urbanization, labor mobility, and secularization. As it deals with present realities and looks to the future, the African Church must face the challenges of discipleship, cultural identity, doctrinal identity, social engagement, ecumenical relations, Christian-Muslim relations, mission outreach, pastoral training, and more. Will Christians rise to meet these challenges? And what impact will they have on the evangelization of the continent and the world?